There are some YouTubers that dominated the platform for a while, but then everything went downhill. And yet, they are still trying to remain relevant, doing whatever they can to get their viewership to where it once was, and refusing to accept the fact that they fell off. These are the 5 YouTubers that we'll be talking about today, starting with the first one, Neon. Neon's rise wasn't as quick as his downfall. At the start, he was a regular kid trying to make it online, playing 2K, Fortnite and other video games. But after many video uploads and little to no traction, he decided to pull off a stunt that would skyrocket his fame but also bring a ton of hate towards him, which he didn't really mind, considering he would become famous. It was clear from the start that Neon had his own ways of grabbing attention. Even while playing Fortnite, his clickbaiting videos, thirst for attention and drama-creating personality was obvious. He just needed the right setting and situation to capitalize on and go viral. But Fortnite was obviously not the way to go. His first controversial viral stunt involved him faking his own death. In 2019, Neon decided to shock his fans with the news of his death, stating he had a seizure and passed away. This spread massively within the YouTube community, as Neon was just a kid at the time, and the news of seeing a kid in the community suddenly passing away is heartbreaking. Neon released 4 videos in total related to his death, the first one announcing his illness, the second one being his final words, the third being the official announcement, and the final one just a couple of days later, stating that he is alive and he had had a last-minute surgery which was successful. There were many signs that point out how the whole story is fake. The first being how the timelines don't really align. How could someone who was in a life-threatening situation just a couple of days ago and went through a life-or-death surgery be sitting normally talking in front of the camera with no sign of stitches or bandages anywhere on his body? After that, the clickbaiting became even worse. His toxic behavior started to really show on his streams, and the early signs of the Neon we now know were starting to take shape and unfold on the screen. His streams started to move away from Fortnite gameplay, and he started collaborating with other larger creators and move into more chatting streams. And this is where he started to increase the level of his madness. Fast forward to 2023, and it all skyrocketed for Neon. His first couple of streams with Aiden Ross were doing e-dates, and his trash-talking and outrageous behavior caught the attention of more and more people. This type of trash-talking and rage moments were the key to Neon clips going viral, and him getting more and more attention online. Neon continued to grow his fan base more and more, but considering his whole content and persona was built upon drama, controversies, and shock value content, people got bored of it very quickly. He tried to spice things up by bringing his girlfriend, OF star Sam, into his streams, which brought him some attention for a short amount of time. But the lack of actual content, value, and entertainment within his videos led people to stop watching him and move on to other streamers that provide actual entertainment and good quality content that they can watch. And today, after many incidents, controversies, and a lack of valuable content, Neon is still streaming and trying to stay relevant, but his viewership is on a fast decline, and his relevancy is nowhere near where it once was. It's clear that Neon isn't accepting of the fact that he fell off and is still trying to get back into the scene in any way he can, probably plotting his next big controversy to get people talking about him. Moving on, another YouTuber turned streamer that isn't accepting of the fact that he fell off is Fousey. Fousey has had his fair share of headlines and controversies over the years, from his prank days all the way to his streaming career filled with drama, mental health issues, and relevancy chasing. Back in his prank days, he was one of the pillars of the prank genre on YouTube, alongside other pranksters, but after being exposed for faking some pranks and taking time off, he returned to the online world. But yet, another incident happened that put him away for quite some time. Fousey's public downfall is marked by some significant moments, one of the biggest being the July 15th, an event in 2018 where he claimed to have organized a life-changing festival that would feature Drake, only for it to end in chaos, without the big promises being fulfilled. The event was meant to be his grand comeback, but it highlighted his erratic behavior and struggles with mental health, leaving fans and critics questioning his grip on reality. Fast forward to more recent years, Fousey tried to stay relevant by jumping onto new trends, from attempting a boxing career to streaming live on platforms like Twitch and Kick, and even collaborating with other streamers like Aiden Ross, Neon, and Jack Doherty. However, his fall from grace became even more pronounced when he found himself entangled in yet another controversy. In 2023, during a live stream, Fousey was involved in a situation with the Miami police, where he called 911 on himself, stating he was being held at gunpoint and his life was in danger. At the time, Fousey had almost 7 million followers and recently signed a $77 million deal with Kick. But this event resulted in police intervention and raised more concerns about his well-being, mental health, and personal issues. His emotional breakdown during the stream exposed his ongoing struggles, showing a man trying to hold on to the fame he once had, but unable to recapture the magic. He went away for a while after this incident, only to come back to streaming again. His relevancy and viewership is on a downward spiral, even though it looks like Fousey has gained a lot of his mental health and clarity back, but it's clear that he's still on the chase for virality and trying to stay relevant. There seems to be a trend of YouTubers turning into streamers, trying to clickbait, saying and doing controversial stuff in order to stay relevant. And well, the same goes for our next personality, Sneako. Sneako began his YouTube journey as a thought-provoking creator, blending social commentary with street interviews. His content stood out for its raw honesty and willingness to challenge societal norms. Sneako gained attention with videos like What's the Meaning of Life and Is It Okay to Be Fat, where he discussed complex topics with a mix of humor and intellect. His rise was built on his identity as a creator who wasn't afraid to speak his mind, often touching on uncomfortable truths. He constantly views himself as the main example of an alpha male that has escaped the matrix and knows every secret of life, while others are just brainwashed people stuck in the rat race that don't know any better. At some point, Sneako really put himself in a great spot among the YouTube community, doing actual good work, spreading good values like working hard, going to the gym, and providing for yourself and others around you. But as his platform got bigger and his following base got bigger, his ego and arrogance did as well. He started reacting to interview clips with provoking remarks in order to rile up a specific group of people.
Would you consider wearing a slutty outfit teasing a man?
Yeah.
Yeah. I guess so.
Not that ugly anyway, so who even—
All men end up ugly? Nah! This is why we need to body shame more. Look, bro! Look at her! That shit doesn't make you mad?
even really cares?
They men ended up ugly! But I'm 25 and fat as fuck! What?
Which in short, meaning he started to clickbait in order to go viral. And he also started to farm beefs with other creators for views, most notably his confrontation with Most Critical or Penguin Z0. He even got involved with some of the biggest personalities online, whether it's Mr. Beast, Aiden Ross, or fighter Sean Strickland, all with the single goal of creating viral clips and staying relevant. At one point, Sneako really was a hot figure in the online world, but as the time went on, his controversial statements, action, and the lack of actual valuable content led to his eventual downfall. In 2023 and beyond, Sneako turned to alternative platforms like Rumble, where he could freely discuss his thoughts without censorship. He's also aligned himself with other polarizing figures, trying to stay relevant by fueling debates and engaging in drama with fellow content creators. Despite this, many argue that Sneako's current content lacks the creative spark and depth that once made him unique. While still being active, his relevancy and viewership is limited to short bursts of virality every now and then. It's hard to stay relevant as an IRL streamer when you're not actually providing any entertainment. Looking at people like Speed and Kaisanat, even though they have streams where they're just chatting with their audience, but the main part of their content is actually creating valuable moments, entertainment, and fun streams for people to watch, rather than just sitting around and baiting clips. Next, we have another pillar of the prank genre on YouTube that fell off hard, but then got back up, although not as much as he would have hoped for. Vitaly was a major force in YouTube's prank scene during the 2010s. His rise to fame was rapid. With his bold and often outrageous stunts, Vitaly became a defining figure in the genre, known for pushing the limits of what was once acceptable in public pranks. His content thrived on shock value, mixing humor with risk, and he quickly built a reputation as a fearless creator. His fame continued to grow, becoming the face of YouTube pranks alongside Fousey, Roman Atwood, Dennis Roddy, and several others. But his rise to fame was not without controversy. His stunts, including streaking at major sporting events such as the FIFA World Cup and the NBA Finals, as well as climbing the Hollywood sign, frequently landed him in legal trouble, with the most famous one being sent to jail for 5 days in 2020 after he climbed on top of the pyramids of Giza. The real decline of Vitaly's career began with his personal issues. In 2020, he was arrested for attacking a woman while reportedly under the influence. This incident marked a significant turning point, as it wasn't just about a prank gone wrong. It was a real-life violent outburst. Following the arrest, Vitaly struggled to maintain the same level of relevance. After being away for a while, Vitaly returned to the streaming world with a kick deal that would see him streaming on their platform, baiting predators and PDF files, and exposing them. Although he has been successful in coming back to the scene with the extreme style of content, collaborating with some of the biggest names like 50 Cent, his relevancy is still limited to his core audience, and his mainstream appeal is still nowhere to be found. He is trying to create a new path for himself as a creator, but it is still unclear where this path would take him. And finally, we have James Charles. James's career has been plagued with controversies. The most notable came in 2019 when fellow beauty influencer Tati Westbrook publicly accused him of manipulative behavior and inappropriate conduct. This drama led to a massive subscriber loss and one of the most dramatic falls in YouTube history. Although James later managed to repair some of the damage with a detailed response video, the scandal left a lasting mark on his reputation. But it didn't stop there. In 2021, James also faced serious accusations of inappropriate interactions with underage fans, sparking another wave of backlash. His channel was temporarily demonetized and his brand suffered even more damage. These incidents turned public opinion against him, with many viewers and brands distancing themselves. Although he continued to create content regularly to entertain his fans and grow his brand even more, his actual mainstream relevance and even viewership numbers are far from what they used to be. Today, his 24 million subscriber channel barely pulls in 1 million views or less on every upload. He still has a bigger audience than most creators out there, but the fact is, he fell off, but is still trying to pick the pieces back up and maintain the relevancy. Is there anyone we missed in the list? Let me know down in the comments below, and don't forget to subscribe.